How's it, everybody? Welcome back. Today we are going to be doing a little bit of a build challenge. Well, I don't know if it necessarily is a build challenge so much as a build that I want to do. So let's get started. As you may know, the Sims 4 base game has changed a ton since it first came out. I'm talking new items have been added, new build mode capabilities, and all different kinds of gameplay adjustments as well. But I was thinking about the aesthetic differences between the base game today and the base game in 2014 when it came out, as well as the capability and cheats and stuff like that that was available at the beginning of the release versus now. And so I've decided to redo the Stone Street apartments, number 3 and number 4. They're identical builds, mirrored. And I'm going to build one in the style of the Sims 4 2014 base game, and one in the style using the Sims 4 modern base game now in 2023. And I'm going to be trying to use items from recently in that build and then use items that came out with the base build in this build today. So that being said, let's get into the basics here. First things first, we are going to light the build. Normally I would light it with the super subtle saucer light, which is a modified light that we got later on in base game from the subtle saucer light. But the thing is the subtle saucer light was not there at the beginning of the base game, so we had to use this kids ceiling light. So I'm going to place these in for now, and they are so huge, oh my god. I'll probably end up changing them in a minute. So just put in some lights to give myself an idea here, and because I've built on these apartments before after bulldozing, I know I have to make this into a room, so I'm going to get that out of the way real quick and try to fix the outside. So I just applied a coat of paint on the outside, and it turns out you don't even have to clone. If you just go in with any wallpaper and apply it, it'll match the outside how it normally would have been. Okay, so the first things that we're going to figure out here is our layout. This window here is just screaming to be a bathroom. Something about it just seems just right for a restroom. So I'm going to put that in there, and then this will be the master bedroom. And I don't think that we need a kid's room for this particular build. I'm going to build a little hallway situation. So I'm going to go in with this frame here. It is a wooden frame with little chips on it. It just feels very 2014 base game to me. I like this frame a lot better. It feels a lot more modern and clean. I think both were in the base game, but this one just feels very 2014 to me. Next up is, let's get some doors here, and I'm just going to keep it simple and keep them in white because I am not sure which swatches exactly were available. I just put that directly across from the window, and I made the entrance to the bedroom. But now I'm kind of thinking maybe the bedroom entrance could be a double door situation, so let me look at that. I think I like it as a double door, so we'll go with that for now. And I know that back in the base game, or I guess back in the day when I first got the base game, I remember I would use wall lights a lot because the ceiling options were not great, and I think I might use that trick again now. I remember using this light a lot in 2014 base game, so I'm gonna use that in this hallway. Let's see what I think. See, because the light doesn't really show up, but gosh, it makes everything look so yellow. Our lighting is so much better now, or at least we have better options at our disposal. Let's just say that. I could do this light for less of a yellow look. And again, no one will see that, so we should be good. And then I think on this wall, I might actually do a mirror, which would maybe prove my point wrong, where you could see it at certain angles. But I think it just makes the room look more finished because of this weird cutout that happens in this apartment. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this here. Now to figure out the walls and floors. Sims 4 base game, I mean, right? Do we not associate this with some of the first builds? I mean, it's tempting, but we already have a wood color going, so we should probably stick with that. Maybe I could use this flooring. And I don't know if I like it going across like this, but I'm gonna keep it like that for now. I think it works really well in this room in particular. Next up, let's get some walls in here. And I'm not sure who is gonna own this house, what the aesthetic is gonna be, but we know that it's just gonna be 2 people for now because this is a 1-bedroom house with a master bedroom. So remember when this was added to the base game? Oh, I can't wait to use that in the new place next door. That would be so nice. Now, I don't know about you guys, but this is 2014 base game right there. That is some good stuff for this room. Definitely looks, if that's all I can really say, honestly. It definitely looks like something. I'm gonna put just white drywall in here for now. I think that might just make everything pop because I know the furniture is gonna be really colorful. I'm gonna give them a green bathroom to match with their green room. And they do live in Evergreen Harbor, so maybe that's their thing. They like green, the owners of this house. That's what we're gonna go with for this design. I've picked a really simple floor tile, and now I'm trying to think about what I should do here. I think I'll do a shower and a bath instead of a shower bath combo, and I'm going for this really modern looking shower from the base game and in this green swatch. Again, there's a lot of like greens in the swatches. I'm not sure if I want the tub in here now that I think about it, because really it just makes the space look really cluttered. So for now, I'm gonna skip past that and go into some counters. This is the countertop I wanted to use for this bathroom, no doubt about it. And it's gonna be weird to make a bathroom without the bathroom clutter kit, I will say. Hopefully we have a little bit of bathroom clutter that's base game. Oh, we do. We have a toothbrush holder, but it won't click to anything. And I don't have move objects on because we did not have that when the game first came out. So this is a little tricky, honestly. So I decided to go with a really simple mirror for both of these sinks. And it looks like the type of mirror that you could open up and grab your toothbrush or your medicines from. So I think that works considering that there's nothing on this counter. There's not much I can really do here. I do want to scoot this a little tiny little bit to the left so that the countertop isn't clipping in the wall so much. See how that made just a little difference here? But not enough of a difference to make the mirrors look off-center, which would be my concern here. Now the base game toilets, I know that this one is the best. I don't know if we had that many swatches at the beginning, I will say that, but I mean, I could make a matching toilet to the shower, but I think that's overkill. I'm gonna go with just a white regular toilet, and I'm gonna get some more counters and put them on this side and see if maybe there's something I could put on the counters for decoration that's base game. These towels did not have a white swatch at first. I know it was like pink, blue, and yellow. So I'm just gonna put them in the pink swatch for now, or potentially for the rest of the time that this bathroom is being made, because I'm not sure what color is the original color. We have the toilet paper. I'm gonna pop that in right there. And I'm trying to think about like skill objects or something that I could put in this bathroom, but I'm not really sure what I want that to be. I decided to put this stereo on their bathroom counter, and my reasoning is I think that maybe they could like listen to music while they're in the shower, and I don't know, I was just trying to think about something that would be less decorative and more useful, so I did want to include that. Oh, they added these switches to the base game. We have to remember to use those in the other build as well. I'm thinking that this little towel rack will be perfect. And I'd like to use this in this room. The brown could tie together the shower and everything, so maybe I'll use the brown towel for now, but honestly just the thought of that is just a little bit icky to me, so I don't know if I will keep that. I feel like a grandma explaining something to her grandkids right now, but seriously, this was all the rage when the game first came out. These types of rugs were everywhere, I feel like, in interiors, let's just say that. So I think it should be featured in here, and it was one of our first perfect little bathroom rugs. And I think just to help tie it all together a little bit more, I'm gonna make it in this brown and white color. And I know that technically I should have something in front of the shower as well if I'm gonna put this where it is, which is in front of the door. So maybe I'll see if there's like a little base game rug that could work for the shower. Now, if only I could use baby.move objects right now, that would be very convenient. But unfortunately I cannot, but it looks like I can place this rug underneath the shower without baby move objects, so I'm just gonna put this right in front of the shower like that, as a little square. And then I don't know, the pink is throwing me off, so maybe I'll do the green for the towels and then a blue for this, or a blue for the towels, blue for this, and try to tie that together. Either way, I've spent way too much time on this bathroom, so I'm about ready to move on. I decided to put this rug down. It's called the Native Ways Handmade Rug, and I'm not sure if I want to include the green swatch that's like green and a reddish brown, or if I just want to leave that in the rest of the house. So for now, I'm just going to go with brown, try to keep it a little bit more neutral. And now it's time to go into the bedroom. So I've started on the bedroom and picked out a nice bed. The bed that I chose is, of course, green to match with the theme of the room, with a brown leather base and some steel legs. And I've placed a end table that goes along with it with steel legs and a wooden top. And I went ahead and put down some laundry in a little laundry hamper, laundry basket, just for now. I was considering adding a toddler into this room, like that could share the room with the parents, but then I remembered toddlers did not come with the 2014 base game. Back then, it was just babies, and then all of a sudden, your child was 7 years old. Which is a pretty big shock to the system. I'm so glad that it's not like that now, and we're so I feel so lucky to have the infant life stage now, It just makes such a big difference for gameplay. Now, the last thing I would probably request before feeling like this whole thing is whole would be a preteen trait or a preteen life stage. I do have the mod, but I haven't reinstalled it recently. But I really miss that, especially from like Sims mobile games like Sims Free Play, where your preteen could go to ballet and like to after school activities and things, and it was just like a different kind of life stage, you know? It felt like your kids were getting a little older, but not teenagers, which are practically adults in the beginning of the Sims base game. So I got rid of our light, and I'm gonna be looking at some floor lamps, but this one is the one that I was kind of thinking of. I was thinking about maybe putting it down with a silver base so that it kind of reflects that steel look that we have going on in here. And then maybe we could do a bedside table lamp as well. What if we did the Sims plumb bob? That would feel very base game, but I don't want it to look ugly, okay? We can't lean towards ugly. Maybe they just have this matching set of these two lamps. Now, I'm saying we don't want it to be ugly, but that being said, this is quite ugly at this point. But oh well. So I put blinds over here to give a little bit of extra privacy. I think I might actually keep them in white. And I'd like to put a desk here with a computer. And so I'm just gonna pick the first base game desk right there. And I'll keep it in white and pick a green chair. Listen, we're not going too green, but we're going green, you know? Now I could go with a silver, but I can't. The next would be black, and it doesn't really match the rest of the look. Laptops were added to base game later on, so we'll have to use a laptop in the next build. Do I dare give this poor sim a box computer? We didn't even have those back in 2014. No, I won't do that. I'll give them a top of the line kind of PC for the time. This is called an all-in-one powerful PC. I gotta look at the description here. Break up with your hard drive. This lightning-fast, all-in-one computer has all the processing power you need in one wonderfully wireless, web-savvy machine. Surf's up! That is funny, because nowadays, well, let's just say this, okay? Let's just say this. Let's look at the custom content computers I have compared to this first, okay? This. Okay, these are both all-in-one PCs. Big difference. Now, let's see what The Sims has released recently for a PC. So there's this, and this. Like, come on, it's so different now. Anyway, next I'm going to put these books down on the desk, and just keep in mind that back in the day they did not have all these different swatches, so we'll just stick with the base swatch, and these books now function as a bookcase, and they did not back in the day, so definitely a big improvement there. Next, I'm thinking maybe we could put this video game console here. It could be interesting. Maybe that's how they play games in this room. Is this getting out of hand? I don't know. I think it's fine. And then maybe we'll have this big old light here. And it can be kind of like the way that the game station is lit nicely. For now, I'm gonna move this laundry out here and look at what's next for this space. I think I'd like a rug under the bed. I'm not sure if I want it to be this one, but I was thinking this one might be nice and neutral to use. And I think that's a good choice. it is a weird build. I'm gonna grab this light again and put it over the door. See if that makes me feel a little bit better about the room. And it does. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Now I don't have to see it, so I think that works well. I think I'm gonna put this super expensive fridge in this house as their primary fridge, and I'm gonna see about maybe this countertop or this countertop. The trouble is, I don't think this came in any other swatches for the longest time. I feel like it came like this, so I don't want to use it if I can't remember which swatches are new or not. There's also these counters, but they don't really match the modern look of the rest of the house. Let's just hope that this swatch was originally in the game, because I think it was. Let's just pray for that, please. So I've gone for a teal look in this space, and I'm going to include a nice teal and gray fridge and a black and teal counter. Now for the stove, so I think I'm going to pick, I went ahead and picked this matching counterpart to the refrigerator that I picked, and I never use these, so it does feel very interesting using them again for the first time. But I'm excited about it. I think it's kind of fun. And I'm just gonna go and put these little cabinets in. For the top of the stove, we can pick a range hood. I really love this one. Just for the record, this is a custom content one. It has a light built into it. This was part of, I think, the kitchen pack for Hey Harry. But I may be wrong. Correct me down below if you know for sure, because sometimes I just have too much custom content to keep track of, really. I'm gonna use this, I'm using this wall-mounted modern stove head, and this only comes in one color, so I don't know if that makes it easier or harder for us, but that is the situation. Without BB.move objects, this is the closest I can get to the refrigerator, which I guess is realistic, but not my favorite. And I'm just going in here and putting in a little tiny island, something where they could sit down and eat. I've decided to stick with a white for the bar stools to keep it neutral. And now I'm picking out a trash can, and part of me is just really wanting to do this touchless trash can from the base game. This is the Nano Can touchless trash can, and we all know this one as the best trash can to have in the 100 Babies challenge, or any challenge really, because every single plate, I think it's $1 per sim. But every single plate you'll make money off of if you drag it in there. So it's definitely a perk. Next, I'm gonna add in a sink. So I'm just gonna put this here and see if I can get it in black. And I can. I think I'm gonna keep it in black. And let's see if there's anything I could put on the counters that's base game. I've equally spread out these lights, and that's how I want to keep it. So next up, I'm going to put a smoke alarm in, and I'm just going to use the really big one, because why not? This is our 2014 base game build, so maybe they just are going to have a nice big fire alarm. So I'm picking the little version of it, and I'm going to maybe try to tie the bright green back in to the color scheme over here. See how it all plays together. I think it will work out nicely, but I'm not gonna get to place it where I originally had thought. So it looks like I'll have to place it out here. Maybe I could line it up with this other chandelier. and make it into this space that is for the whole family. Well, it's just a couple, but you know what I mean. You could have friends over here and you could sit at this little table together and hang out. So I'll put something else over by the window. So I found this poster that is unlocked by the tech guru career, and it's called Ravan Poster, emerging from the shadows with no history, no past, and no name, a mysterious gamer. A poster commemorating this icon of gaming lore. So I thought that was kind of fun, especially because we have a gamer room back here, and it does tie well into the colors. I think I still want to have this little, like, this little chalkboard, but I'm not really sure how I want it. I'm gonna look at shelves and see if there's something else I could put in the kitchen. I was going to put shelves, but then I realized that if I put a shelf here, it would impede anyone's ability to get into the refrigerator. So that can't stay. I guess we'll just keep this here and see if there's something else I could find. You know what would be so perfect right here? It would be so perfect to have the piano from City Living right here that's blue and green. It would match the theme, but we can't really do that. And this sketch pad I would love to have, but this is from the new base game, not the old base game. So for now, I think I'm gonna pick this as a desk. I don't know for sure if I want to keep this. It's a little too matchy-matchy, but I'm just trying to think about keeping a similar aesthetic out here and just having like a little desk area that, you know, you could sit down and work on something, or you could eat here, I guess, if you really wanted to. I don't know if it makes the room look too cluttered as a whole, but I'm gonna try to run with this for a second and see how it goes. I like the idea of having a Freezer Bunny guitar in this apartment. I'm not sure which variant, if they would have the dead one or the pink one, but I'm gonna keep that there for now while I finish working on the rest of this area. I've put this little picture of a pear in the corner of the desk, and I'm kind of at a loss here. There's not that much clutter. Thank goodness for the clutter kit. I definitely am thankful, because looking at it now, there's not much clutter. Maybe I could put some CDs over here and use a speaker on this desk, and it could still be usable as a workspace. I'm a little concerned. I was hoping that the speaker could go next to the desk or on the side of the desk and not in the center. Of course, now we have this smart speaker, but even that was added to the base game later. This whole area is just a no placement zone because of our fire alarm. Do I really want to stick with the idea of this fire alarm? I don't know. Maybe it just goes on this side and I can place an iPod over here. So I've placed this iPod right here. You can see it clicked into the speaker system and the acrylic glass or acrylic plastic. It's kind of the look of the times, you know. And then I have these discs on the desk, and I chose this one because it's a reference to gaming. And this little pair, I'm gonna just give it a black frame so it stands out on the space, but otherwise this is gonna be left blank. I could post this football poster over here. Maybe, I don't know if I would want this like sized up necessarily because the tape thing. Oh, well, it does get hidden behind the frame here. I'm gonna keep it like this for now, or stop saying for now. I'm gonna keep it like this. And I'm putting the guitar over here by the trash, and I think I'm gonna keep it in pink for now because it does. And I think I'm gonna keep it in pink because it does contrast with the chairs and the teal and green accents in the rest of the room. I think it just makes it pop a little bit. I might change my mind on that, but we will see. Next up, we have the living space, and this part will be kind of interesting because these guys, as I've established, are gamers, so we want to make it feel like a cozy gaming space, but we don't have that many resources at this point. I know that we had this back in the base game. I'm not sure if I'd like to put something on the wall and see if that would be better. Or maybe pull it off the corner just a little bit, and then let's base it around a rug. This is a good tip for you if you're new to building. You know, maybe base the spacing off of a rug, you know. Pick the rug and then you can figure out how far away you want your couch to be from that and all of that sort of thing. So everybody builds differently, of course. You don't have to base it on that, but I find that it helps. This got updated later in the game, but I can definitely use some of the base swatches. So I'm gonna look at those, but for now, let me see if this is even the spacing or look that I want. Because we have to make sure somebody can even get in here, so maybe it's gonna be 2 love seats. Like that. And then the way to sit down in this area is to go in over here. It's a little cozy, but it definitely feels like that first apartment kind of vibe when you're starting out and you don't have as much room as maybe you might like to have. And maybe we'll go with a gray couch. For the end table, I could easily do this one, but I'm thinking about maybe this one because it's a little more square. And maybe doing that in white. Let me just get it a little bit. I guess that's as close as it can get, which is fine. I'm just gonna scooch this out. There we go. I think that that's good for now. Maybe I'll put this at an angle so there's not as much trouble getting through right here. Maybe even scooch this light over. I don't know, this is tricky. If I put it here, it's too close to the couch and everything. Maybe if I scooch this couch over, this thing over. and this back. Will that make it feel better to get into this space? I am noticing that it's really dark still, so I'm gonna try to solve that problem in the kitchen. I'm thinking even just putting a light where we can't totally see it too well, right above the stove, and then maybe seeing if I can put one up here. I can. Ooh. So there we go. Just putting a little light on the wall by the fridge and the stove is making a big difference. You can see that the light is emanating off of that wall, and there's even a shadow over here, so which is fine. So I think that I like that. Maybe we'll put a bookshelf on this wall and call it a day. I decided to put down this easel right here, and this is the Easy Breezy easel that you would unlock at level 4 of the painter career. So the final kind of idea behind this couple, now they can be whatever kind of couple that you'd like, but one sim is going to be a painter, hence the painting career stuff, and the empty space. They could get a digitalistic sketch pad if you wanted to, and I imagine that they're very creative, so maybe they even dabble in music and cooking as well. But the other partner is a game developer and tech guru. They do a lot of stuff on the side for like programming jobs and things like that. Maybe they work as a freelancer, but this backpack, these books and things are all theirs for them to do their research on gaming and game development, and of course a big gaming station to have fun of their own as well. So this is a super fun, open, spacious apartment with lots of room to hang out with friends and to work on your skills. So I think it's a really nice place. Of course, I didn't build it in a base game place, so that does make it a little tricky for you guys to download that, but I'll do better next time. Alrighty folks, time for us to take a little bit of a tour. So when you first walk into the apartment, this is what you see. We've got a nice big open area. We have this big gaming poster. You can see the guitar has recently been played. It's just been pulled out. And there is lots of room for cooking and having friends over. You could have your buddies sitting here, sitting at the island, or hanging out at the desk space and all be talking in the same room. Over here we have a little storage for some extra dishes and a desk space for if you want to write and look out the window, you want to work on homework, or just having a clean, nice space to sit for whatever it is you're doing. I put a little iPod over here as a reference to the 2014 era and include another way for the Sims to have some fun. This house is definitely reaching that need of having fun. If you go through the living room a little bit and come around here, this is a nice big seating area. Well, not that big. It could fit like 4 Sims and maybe a pet if you have the pets pack. But you could sit down right here and watch some movies and shows together. And then we have a little corner study nook over here where we have a bookshelf and the easel. Through this room, we have a little area. I imagine in the morning, you would come out of your bedroom and you would pass by this mirror every day. Same thing when you're done in the bathroom, you're gonna pass by this mirror. So this mirror is like where you make sure that you look good for the day. You might take photos of yourself here, like this is my outfit before I go off to work. But this is just like a lobby for the bedroom and the bathroom, and I really like that kind of a vibe. We'll do the bathroom first. So this is our bathroom. When you first walk in, there's a little area with lotions and towels and the music player. We have a little bathroom, or I guess a little toilet with with toilet paper, and we have the shower, another towel rack, and 2 areas to get ready, brush your teeth, etc. But it definitely seems like a very relaxing little apartment bathroom, and it looks out into the rest of town without being too revealing. So I do quite like that. This is the bedroom. It's a little simpler than I might like it to be. I just didn't want to do too much decor in here. But when you first come in, this is the bedroom. You can see the quarry in the background. There's a nice modern bed, freshly made, and we have an area for gaming and programming. All of the windows here have really great views, and if you were to upgrade the apartment building, the windows would be even bigger, but we've set it up so that it's a nice space even for your Sims now. Overall, I do feel really good about this apartment. I had a really great time, but I cannot wait for the next part where I'm going to make the same apartment, but using the modern objects that we have in The Sims 4, and probably making a 2-bedroom apartment so that we can get some infants and toddlers in there. I hope you guys had a really great time building alongside me here today, and I can't wait to show you guys the next video where I build with the modern base game. But without further ado, let's get on to the puppy dog of the day.